Shalom, Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K under the commanding General YAHANNA that started out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, man, in 1969, man, where we are the only and the real priests and prophets of the Lord, man, that bring you the truth of this Bible. You understand what I'm saying? The only priests and prophets of the Lord, the only niggas on the face of the earth that have no fear to say the white man, woman, child, and stank nasty fetus is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's a huge thing, man, to be able to look your oppressors in your face, in their face. You understand what I'm saying? And tell them that they are the devil, man, which simply meaning they are the deceivers of the earth. You understand? Wherever they set foot, whatever territory, whatever bit of land, whatever new world that they set their foot to, they stole the identity, raped, robbed, and murdered the people, man. You understand what I'm saying? That is the worst crime that you could ever do. One of the worst crimes is steal somebody's identity, man. And that's what they did to the Black, Hispanic, and Native American people here in this earth. And that's why the Lord hates them, right? Because he knew they would do it. But black man, is your fault because you are spiritually dead in this place. You understand? You don't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that your ancestors, you understand what I'm saying, made a covenant with the God of the Bible that you would keep. You understand? And since there were blessings for keeping the law and curses for disobeying the law. You understand what I'm saying? So we are under the curses which bring us death. You understand? So, but when we keep those commandments, we have life. You understand? So we're about to bring a few of those scriptures out. You understand what I'm saying? We started a little late, so we ain't gonna go too long with it. You understand? We're gonna get these people up out of here. Appreciate the sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? We got the Officer 500. You understand? Officer Matazai, and we got the trooper. You know what I mean? Get a Lord a hand, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Trooper Buckhan, you understand what I'm saying? And we got his rib here too, you know what I'm saying? The Aquaf, you understand? So we gonna have a glorious class here on Monday, you understand me? So give me the first scripture, man, because we need to get a understanding of what's spirit and what's of flesh and how we gain the understanding. What is the understanding of how to be spiritually alive to the Most High and allow your flesh to die. You understand what I'm saying? Or being spiritually dead, but alive in the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? Because people are living their best lives here in the flesh, but in the eyes of the Most High, they are dead, man.
Right.
Firewood. This is why all manner of wickedness happens to these people, man. Not realizing that, look, man, you got to wake up. You got to come back to this truth, black people. Are you going to be suffering these curses? And the scriptures say they shake their fists at the Lord. Like, you mad at the Most High. You understand? Because all these things are happening to you, but nevertheless, you are spiritually dead to the Most High. So your prayers, the scriptures say you're an abomination to the Lord. He won't even hear your prayers, black people. But he sees your fist shaking at him. You understand what I'm saying? He sees that you're making yourself an enemy unto the Lord. And there's already 17 other nations on the face of the earth that the God of the Bible considers to be an enemy to him and his children, to him and his nation that he chose. So you don't want to, I mean, the scripture plainly tells us who can stand before the Lord, man. No one can, Doc. Your fist that you shaking here on earth is not long enough or big enough to, you know what I'm saying, to even make a whiff at the Most High, Doc. Just cut it out, right? So we about to bring it out, Doc. Read what you got. Isaiah 28 at verse 9. You understand? You're gonna understand, you know what I'm saying, what it is. What is the ability and what gives you the ability, you understand what I'm saying, to be to know, you understand, what is spirit and what is flesh.
Kind, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
He's asking a question. The prophet Isaiah, through the Most High, is asking a question. Whom shall he teach knowledge? Whom shall the Lord teach knowledge? Read.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
And who shall the Lord make to understand doctrine? You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Them that are on milk, the milk scriptures. Them that understand that they are God's chosen people. Them that understand what sin is. Them that understand what it is to be perfect. You understand what I'm saying? And then what you say when I debate so-called Christians, I call them so-called because they don't even read the damn Bible, right? So, but they just go off what Big Mama used to tell them. They go off, you know, any tradition. You understand what I'm saying? Of man, any tradition that their elders gave them, they keep over keeping the commandments of the Lord, man. You understand what I'm saying? So this is something that they say is, well, your interpretation is different. You understand what I'm saying? The way you read it and the way you see it, and then you interpret it, that's different from the interpretation that I have. So I say, okay, well, let's read this scripture and see what interpretation you get from it, right? Then they read it and they're like, well, I know from what my mama told me that God love everybody, right? So to bust down, to break that myth that there's interpretations in the Bible, right? We prove all things by using other scriptures. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept.
For precept must be upon precept. So if I show you in the book of Romans that the Lord hates, I tell you that the Lord hates, right? And I show you where the God of the Bible says he hates white people, or he hates Esau. He hates the progenitor of the white people. Esau's very name is he whose inheritance is laid to waste. That's his very name. So white people, they have no inheritance. Inheritance comes by owning something, having land or something, right? The white man, his dwelling place is the caves or rocks. So that's a wasteland of inheritance because you can't grow anything in the rocks, right? I mean, there's nothing that the God of the Bible cursed Cain from even being able to grow something in the land. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, the only place they can go is the rocks. And then what's so crazy is here in America, everything is made from a substance or chemical that makes rocks. You understand what I'm saying? It's called the concrete jungle. You don't see trees or nothing growing through the concrete. You understand? It's so rare that they use it in poetry. They tell black women, Negro, you know, blackity black Negro, girl, you a concrete, you a rose that grow out the concrete. You understand what I'm saying? But you show me a literal rose that has grown out the concrete. That's metaphor, dog. You understand? Well, only niggas understand that. You understand? This is the white man's kingdom, man. He makes everything out of brick. Out of, you know what I'm saying? We are literally living in the land of Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Because the God of the Bible said we're going to be glorious, dog. We're going to have streets made of gold. We're going to have buildings made of fine minerals. And I mean, that niggas haven't even seen jasper. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Jasper. We don't even know what jasper is. The white man can't even find jasper. You understand what I'm saying? Not Jasper, Texas, but the mineral jasper. You understand? Like, you know, everything's going to be so glorious that it's going to shine from afar, man. The gold is going to be so clear, it's going to shine like glass, man. That's the kingdom of niggas, doc. And it's going to be built by devils. You understand me? Keep reading. Precept must be upon precept.
For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept.
Keep going.
Line upon line. Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Right. So this is the step to show that these scriptures aren't up for private interpretations, like what Peter said. You understand what I'm saying? These are the people that will understand knowledge. These are the people that the Most High will teach his doctrine to. He will teach it to you line upon line, precept upon precept. Take this scripture, Paul, right about in Hebrews 8, now whoever the author of Hebrews 8 and 8, go back to Jeremiah 31 and 31. Here a little, there a little. That lets you know that the so-called private interpretation that Christians try to say is the truth, man. You understand? Drop that and give me, go to Hebrews chapter 5. All right. Hebrews chapter 5 and 12.
What kind, sir? This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12.
Go ahead.
For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
The first principles of the oracles of the Most High are the commandments. You understand what I'm saying? For when the time is yet ought to be teachers. You understand? Meaning those who should be taught. Whom shall the Lord teach knowledge? Whom shall he teach his doctrines to? You understand what I'm saying? These are the oracles of the Lord, man. These commandments. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we ought to know. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native American ought to know these commandments, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is your constitution. Right. This is what makes you a nation of people, man. You understand what I'm saying? But in this time, you ought to be what?
Ye have need that one teach.
So
you
now,
again.
Now you need to be taught again, man. You understand what I'm saying? And the only place where you can learn the oracles of the Most High and learn, not only learn them, but watch them being walked out properly is in the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under the commanding General YAHANNA. You understand what I'm saying? This is it. You understand? And believe you me, I tried other things, Doc. You understand? The men in this school have tried other things and they have not worked. You understand? The only thing is the I.S.U.P.K, Doc. Keep reading.
And are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
So if you need to be told every time, hey, don't do that. You understand? No, you're not supposed to smoke weed. What are you doing? If you need to be told that time and time again, you are not able to eat meat. You are not able to understand the complex things of this Bible. And they're really not complex when you really understand and get into the spirit of these scriptures, man. Right. You understand what I'm saying? The meat is not really that tough to chew, but if you still on milk, if you still can't understand that 1 + 1 is 2, if the God of the Bible only loves Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, if you can't understand these simple things, there is no way you're going to understand reincarnation, that your spirit has been in this earth before. So you are really your ancestors that were there when the Most High led us out of Egypt. So you were there when you made a covenant with the God of the Bible. That was you. You were there when you decided to go ahead and worship this golden calf while Moses was up there getting our constitution. You understand what I'm saying? You were the one that was there saying, you know what, I got the juice too, Moses. You understand? I mean, whatever you doing, I can do it. The Lord is with me too. You were there. You were there hollering out, crucify Yahweh, let Barabbas go. You were there, man. You understand what I'm saying? They won't understand that though. You were there when you were there placing your vote to crucify your king and let Caesar be your king. Right. That was you, Black people. But you won't understand that in these scriptures because you still need to be taught what to do and what not to do, like a child. Only a babe needs milk, man. You understand what I'm saying? Drop that and go to Ephesians chapter 5. All right? Ephesians 5 and 26.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
You understand what I'm saying? So what do you think What is to sanctify mean? Raise a hand. What you got?
To like clean, start to make different, like to set apart.
Pull it up. Pull up the definition. You understand? Because there was a whole doctrine that was not of these scriptures to where a man could be made clean by washing of water. You understand what I'm saying? Your sins, that's what the so-called white man has built doctrines of Christianity on. You understand what I'm saying? There has to be a process done, not by water. That's not what they're saying, that you need to be baptized in water. That's not what they're saying, right? That's a metaphor right there. What you got?
Yes, sir. This is in the Merriam-Webster. It says sanctified, to set apart to a sacred purpose, or to select it. Yeah, for a sacred purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have another definition as well.
Yeah, get that one.
Yes, sir. And it says set apart as or declare holy.
That's the one right there. That's the verb, right? Is that the verb or the adjective? That's the verb. That's the verb definition. That's what we was looking for.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? To make holy, Doc, to set apart. You understand? The way the Most High sets you apart is by washing of water, right? Not of a baptism, but that washing, right, comes by the word, man. Hearing these scriptures, no understanding these commandments. That's how you get washed, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's what makes your mind clean. That's what makes you understand that, you know what? They were celebrating Christmas before Christ was born. Before the so-called white man got into power, they were celebrating Christmas. Before Christ was even in the earth, in the flesh, they were celebrating Christmas, meaning they were worshiping the same customs that's done in worshiping Christmas. Have a tree, decorating the tree, putting gifts under the tree. That has to do with Nimrod. Why are we doing that? And saying it's about Christ? That's not right. Jesus is the reason for the season. Really? You understand? Like, bro, come on, man. You understand what I'm saying? We are and if you understand what I'm saying, like if you got a question or whatever, I please sis too. If you got a question, raise your hand. If you got a comment, look, come on with it. We're gonna make the class. This is how you make the class glorious, by participation. Go ahead.
But I was like going along with Ephesians 5:26, the sanctification. I was also wondering, would that go with John 4:14? I could get that. I can pull it up right now for us.
Try to get it out. Let's see, John.
Yes, sir. Yeah, chapter 4, verse 14.
Go ahead,
Yes, sir. This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 14. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him as a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Doc, that's a good one. You understand what I'm saying? Because a spiritual thirst, Doc, you understand, which will make you alive in the sight of the Most High. Christ is saying that it will bring you that's what will bring you everlasting life. You understand what I'm saying? That washing, that understanding, you understand him, that's him being the living water, Doc. That's another metaphor for, you understand what I'm saying? For understanding, Doc. When you take upon the understanding of that, you will never go thirsty again, Doc. You understand what I'm saying? Men in the I.S.U.P.K, Doc, we will never be thirsty for knowledge again. We will never be thirsty for the things, because in the flesh, Doc, you understand what I'm saying? There's a constant need. There's a constant greed. When you're living in your flesh, right, there's a constant need for more. You understand? That greed of the flesh, you understand what I'm saying, will always be there. But when you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, Doc, you will never be thirsty again, brother. You understand what I'm saying? You will have no want for the things of this earth, but only things that are righteous, brother. You understand what I'm saying? That's a good script, huh? Go to John 63, right? 6 and 63.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
No, read that again, man.
Come on, sir. It is the spirit that quickeneth.
It's the spirit that quickens you, man. Read.
The flesh profiteth nothing.
The flesh will profit you nothing. Prospering in the flesh will do nothing for your spirit, man. You understand what I'm saying? So much to the point where niggas that are in the world, right? They love money, they love manna, they love anything that suffices their fleshly needs. You understand what I'm saying? But all it will do is cause you death, man. It profits nothing. Paul calls it a corruptible crown. You understand what I'm saying? We are in search and in hunger and in need of incorruptible things, man. The fruits of the spirit, Doc. You understand what I'm saying? Long suffering, Doc. Patience. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just those things that are spiritual, brother, that will make you have the ability to overcome all things, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's in James. Go to the book of James, Doc. I love pulling this one, Doc. This is a cold one, Doc. This one here shows you how to be perfect. But matter of fact, finish reading this. Finish reading 63.
Come on, sir. This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth.
It's the spirit that wakes you up, Doc. It's the spirit that says, you know what, something ain't right in this earth, man. Why are the greatest people on the face of the earth at the bottom? You understand what I'm saying? Why can I not find a decent job? And why, when I say, you know what, I can't go to no Christmas parties, that's when I start getting roped up over stupid stuff, over silly things. You understand what I'm saying? Why is it whenever, you know what I'm saying, me and my family get into a decent place where, you know what I'm saying, things are pretty comfortable, we have our own home and all this stuff here, why then is my job always in jeopardy? You understand what I'm saying? Why does that happen? That's a quickening in the spirit, Doc. Am I doing something wrong? Keep reading.
The flesh profiteth nothing.
Right.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit.
The Lord only speaks the spiritual things to people, man. He's speaking to you for you to be alive, Doc. Christ spoke so that we could live. Christ died so that we could show before the Lord that we are alive again, man. Keep reading.
And they are life.
The spirit, the spiritual words of keeping the commandments. You understand what I'm saying? Be willing to, any man that is willing to lay down his life for me. You understand what I'm saying? That's spiritual. That's what brings you life. You understand? Yeah, go to James, Go to the book of James. I love this scripture in James, Go to James chapter 1 and start at 2,
Come on, concert. This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations.
Diverse temptations,
Diverse temptations.
Damn right. We're going to count it all joy when we fall into diverse temptations, Doc. That means like whatever happens, Doc, whatever happens, I mean, Christ prayed that we just don't lead us toward temptation. That's what's in the so-called Lord's Prayer, right? That's what's in the Lord's Prayer, and keep us from temptation. Lead us not into temptation, Doc. So James is saying, when you fall into it, keep reading.
Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Knowing that when you fall into diverse temptations, black man, it's only the Most High testing you to do what? Knowing this, right?
It's like it. That trying of your faith worketh patience.
That you're trying, being in the down situation that you're in, that the Lord, that you that befalls you, right? Like Job. This is why James gets that. James understood because he knew the book of Job. He knew the trial of Job. You understand what I'm saying? This is why he was able to bring that out. Job fell into a diverse temptation. You understand what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work.
Job was found upright, but after he was tested, he was perfect, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was tested, you understand? And he did not speak against the Lord. The Lord was still his peace. The Lord was still his hope. And the Lord blessed him even more abundantly than what he had. Keep reading.
That ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Now, once the Most High makes you, you fall into diverse temptation. He uses Satan. You understand what I'm saying? You fall into diverse temptation, and your patience gets worked and worked. You understand what I'm saying? You get pushed to your limits, to the limits that you think you can't go. You understand? The scriptures say he don't put nothing on us that we can't bear anyway, right? He knew Job was going to pass the test. You understand? He knew Job was going to do it, but it was just Satan doing his job. You understand? It'll make you perfect, dog. You understand what I'm saying? It'll make you, once you get to the I.S.U.P.K, you get your Hebrew name, doc, and you start telling your family, look, I can't do this. I can't come to your Christmas things. I don't do Mother's Day. You ain't got to call me for no birthdays. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody dies, you know, I got to go to camp. I can't be unclean. You understand what I'm saying? You start making those sacrifices for the Lord, doc, and your family, the ones that, they start taking counsel against you, telling you in the cult. You understand what I'm saying? You get refined through that. You become perfect, doc. Right. When you see that your family is no longer with you, the people that reared you, the people that it's a serious thing to be able to make it in this white man's kingdom to the age of 21 or 18 for Negroes, brother. It's a serious thing. It's still people in their families that they're still the first person graduating from high school. Right. It's still Negroes whose families never been to college, and it's one graduating from college. That's a miracle. Go ahead, Al.
Salakia, sir. Just what you said was so heavy because the life expectancy for the so-called Negro, they say, is 25.
The life expectancy for niggas is 25. So for a nigga to make it to the age where the insurance finally drops a little bit, you understand? Your car insurance rates drop down just a little bit. Good night, doc. That's a miracle. Because the white man knows, brother, all the traps he's placed in this society for the Lord's chosen people. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and once you get through that, troopers and young men, you understand what I'm saying? You can understand what it means to be perfect. You can understand what it means to be truly alive, that you want nothing of this world, man. That you want nothing of this world so much that, niggas love sports, right? You even forget about following your favorite team, brother. You have to get caught up. You have to be caught up on game when you was putting everybody else on game. Because you won't care about the things of this world, brother. You can become perfect when you stop giving a damn about what's going on around, what people is doing, what niggas is saying, doc. You can be made perfect, brother. You understand? When you can give a damn about somebody thinking you in a cult because you say, you tell your people not to love your oppressors, love the people that killed your people. Like, everybody else in the earth understands that concept. Everybody else can look at the white man and be like, you know what, you're the devil, but I'm going to shake your hand because I know you're going to allow me to build this business in these niggas' neighborhoods. so I can make bukus of money. You understand what I'm saying? And they can just deal with the white man, you understand what I'm saying, with a long handle spoon. Because you know what? We're going to prosper over the Lord's people anyway. So that's the deal. You understand? If you understand that, Doc, and you teach your people that, you understand, and they don't want to hear it, and you can just dust your feet off, like the scriptures say, and just move on to the next town, you can become perfect, Doc. You understand what I'm saying? When you can forget about, oh man, shit, it was Mother's Day last weekend. When the only thing that reminds you is Mother's Day is Facebook. When the only thing that reminds you your birthday is Facebook, it's social media. You understand what I'm saying? I forget my natural age. People ask me, I have to be like, wait a minute. And I only been in the truth for a year, brother. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, I put my spirit into this thing, Doc. I love this truth, brother. I'll teach every day if I had to. You understand me? That's being made perfect, Doc. That's what the Lord wants to see, Doc. You understand what I'm saying? Lacking nothing, brother. You understand? That's it. You understand? Drop that and give me go to Genesis chapter 2 and 17.
Final concert. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good.
Thou shalt not eat of that tree, Doc. Do not eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This is one of the first instructions and the only instruction that Adam and Eve had. Besides, you know, the Most High gave, you know, all the instructions to Adam, told him how to till the ground, told him how to be a ruler in the garden, right? Then he told him, look, do not eat of this tree, right? Read.
Thou shalt not eat of it, for in that day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die.
So now we get to the aspect of we disobey the Lord, we shall surely die. Right. Adam and Eve did not die at that moment. Show of hands, what type of death did Adam and Eve experience? What you got, Aunt?
It's like it, sir. Would it be a spiritual death?
Most High in Christ. I'll get that brother a hand. It was a spiritual death that they died, right? Because they ate of that tree, they understood the knowledge. Satan told the woman, he said, look, you will know, right, as God does. So that's the Most High's knowledge, you know what I'm saying, for him to know the evil of what can happen, of disobeying the law. You understand? He only gave that to Adam. He didn't give it to no other generations that were in the earth, but to Adam. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, it was okay for the other nations to be spiritually dead to the Most High. It was okay for those people who Cain had went to east of the garden. You understand what I'm saying? To them cities east of the garden, to Nod. You understand what? It was okay for them to just to be dead unto the Most High. But for these people that receive these instructions, it's not okay. The Lord does not want niggas to die. You understand what I'm saying? Now, white people tell you, well, you understand, you everybody has to die. Fool, we're not talking about a fleshly death. Yes, everybody will your flesh will get old. That happens. Even then, they lived a long time, but they shut their eyes and they rest with their fathers. You understand what? They slept with their fathers, not meaning sexually, but just as their father died, they laid down to die and sleep. And the scripture says sleep. It didn't say die. They slept. You know why they slept? Because their spirit still lived. And generation taught that knowledge all the way to Noah. Noah knew it was not right to sleep with any of these other beasts of the face of the earth, the children of the daughters of man. He knew not to do it. So the God of the Bible honored Noah. He said he was perfect throughout all his generation because Noah lived what his forefather Adam, you understand what I'm saying, lived out. That's why he was able to be saved. Him and 7 other people, Doc. were the only ones that were baptized in the water, doc. Made it through the storm. You understand what I'm saying? Is that it on that? You read all of that? Yeah, man. That's spiritual death, huh? You understand? Now go to Hebrews chapter 10. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26.
Come on, concert. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully.
So if we have the knowledge of these laws, statutes, and commandments, read.
After that, we have received the knowledge of the truth. There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
So if you in the fake Israelite group, right, a spinoff of the I.S.U.P.K, right, and you say, you know what, it's okay to have sex with these white people. It's okay to get a white wife, have one of the white ribs, take the slave master's daughter. It's okay. And you say that, well, I know I'm one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and Christ only died for niggas, right? Black, Hispanic, Native American people. I know that, right? If you say that, then you willfully sin, man, because they are not our people, man. Right. You got fake Israelites saying that Sicilians and from Italy are Negro, are Israelites. They go so far to say the 12 tribe chart that has been in the earth since 1969 is not right, just so they can sleep with white people. Right. You understand what I'm saying? You got Negroes that left one west and started saying that the descendants of Ishmael, the Arabs, are the Edomites. Is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That doctrine, Doc, when you start following after that doctrine and lose and get out the I.S.U.P.K, brother, you are what? There is no what for that?
No slacking, sir. Therefore, remaineth no more sacrifices for sins.
Read it again.
Come on, sir. From the top.
No, not from the top. Start at the comma after truth.
Come on, sir. Therefore, remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
So if you go to Africa and start telling these Hamites that they're Israelites, what?
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
So if you marry Hamites to black women and black women come up missing, there's what?
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Our king did not die for that Salakia crap.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yahushua did not give his life for you to start allowing heathens into our customs, man. You understand? You can't even teach these things to these people. You can't teach the oracles of the Most High to these people because spiritually they are dead to the Most High. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They have been dead to the Most High. The only children that he gave life to after the flood, you understand what I'm saying? Then after Noah, then Abraham, then Isaac, then Jacob. These are the only people from that lineage, you understand, from the nation of Israel, Jacob, whose name was turned into Israel, and his sons, right? We are the only people that have the ability to possess the spirit of the Most High. Right. And the really ones that we can sin against the Lord. Now, the other nations, they do sin against the God of the Bible, right? When they harm those who have the ability not to sin, right? So Africans, they didn't sin until, the Egyptians put us in captivity. Right. And did not allow us for 3 days to go serve our God in the wilderness. That's when the Egyptians sinned against the God of the Bible. Well, you can't say Esau because Esau was wicked from birth. He was, you understand what I'm saying? So-called white man was wicked since the beginning. Right. You understand? So we ain't gonna throw him in the mix. He was created to manifest everything of sin. You see what I'm saying? So, but the East Indians, when they forced us to build the Taj Mahal, that's when they sinned against the Lord. Right. You understand what I'm saying? When all them nations came together You know what I'm saying? And made a confederate with one another. As the book of Psalms 83 says, you understand? That's when they sinned against the God of the Bible, to make the nation of Israel no more in remembrance, and to keep the real children of the Lord confounded. You understand? That's when they sinned against the God of the Bible. All right. And made, and so they're spiritually gone. You understand? But for us, God, you understand, we're spiritually dead when we don't want to take these laws, statutes, and commandments. And we want to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and take upon the lie that subtile creature, that serpent gave us, that told us we would be as God. We would know as God knows. You understand what I'm saying? When we already are gods, man. We are the ones that are created in his image, man. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want light to shine the way the Most High shines anyway. We are the salt of the earth, man. You understand what I'm saying? So when we go after and we try to seek knowledge, you understand what I'm saying? That we were only created to know the good of the Lord, man. We were only created to be able to have rubies in our cheeks, Doc. We were only created to own this earth and rule over this earth, man. That's it. You understand? That's when we're spiritually alive to the Most High. Where you at? Hebrews. Keep reading. Go to 27.
Final concert. 27. But a certain fearful looking for a judgment, of judgment, and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries.
Doc, that's what's for these adversaries, Doc. That's for those, you understand what I'm saying, who pervert the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where it makes no more sacrifice for sins, Doc. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They should be devoured, brother. They will be considered adversaries to the Lord, because what you're trying to do is crucify our Savior every time. The Most High said, sacrifices weren't meant to happen anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Sacrifices were only done because the Most High wanted you to feel what it's like to lose. Right? You giving your fatted calf, the one that you can make the most money off of, that's what the Lord required, because he wanted you to feel that sting of like, dang, I don't want to do this again, because you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to lose money. Right? The God of the Bible will dock your pay, brother. Right. That's what the white man does. If you start coming late, that's why he makes sure niggas are hourly. You understand what I'm saying? Because niggas won't show up to work, dog. Right. Niggas will be late, come up with, I'm sorry I was late, man. It'd be something every week. And the white man knows you were late 2 times last week. You understand? You can't be on salary like that. Salary, your money gonna hit. You understand what I'm saying? But if you hourly, you need to come to work because you gotta get your hours in. That's why he keeps niggas hourly. That's why he does it. You understand me? The white man is the devil, Doc. And he still make you wait 2 weeks for your pay, brother. Right. You understand? When the scriptures say a man's supposed to be paid daily. White man is the devil, man. I can't stand that bastard at all. You understand? Drop that and give me 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and 14. You understand? My co-workers say, and they provoke me, right? They be provoking me. So what about with this white, what about this white person? What about, she's the sweetest white person? I'm like, look, man, I could care less. All I see is a devil. You understand me? She could be sweet. She could be the only good white person around. She can be. You understand what I'm saying? I don't trust her, man. And it's a shame that you do. Right? They said that she bought the food. That's her. Their words are smoother than butter, man. That's how they supposed to come. That's a serpent. That's how a serpent comes at you. Serpent don't walk up on nobody loud. He slithers upon you, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the serpent does, man. Get out of town here, man. Good night. But you've been so wrapped up in Christianity, smooth words and soft talking, you think that's the Lord. The white man is the devil now. Go ahead and read that out.
Incredible concert. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh.
So that's why it's hard for somebody that's very Christian minded when you say the white man is the devil, because they're not thinking spiritually. They're just thinking about the white man today who didn't own slaves. You understand what I'm saying? They can't understand spiritual aspects. They don't understand things of war, man. They don't understand that the reason why you don't think white people are the devil is because you have been programmed. You're a victim of systematic oppression. You're a victim of Stockholm syndrome. You understand what I'm saying? We've been trying to love a people throughout this whole Bible. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High flooded the earth first behind it. You understand? The Most High put us into captivity after captivity after captivity because we wanted to love those people that had a great nation. Not considering we were the ones that they were looking after. We were the ones that they envied. You understand what I'm saying? Every so-called major religion that is in the earth today is patterned from our scriptures. They use our wisdoms, right? Like even Confucius and Buddha, they teach you about going on spiritual journeys, right? That's what we're talking about. Being spiritually alive, and you won't have to worry about the things of flesh. That's where they get this from, man. They have been watching, they have been studying the wisdom of this Bible since in the beginning. They were watching Adam. That the first language that they were speaking while they were building the Tower of Babel was Hebrew. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a code. I mean, that's a cold cut for Egyptology. Yes, Israel was not there. Jacob was not there before Egypt was built, right? Jacob wasn't there. Their knowledge does not span before the knowledge of this truth. Period, point blank. No, they got their knowledge to be able to look up in the stars from Adam, man. Moses taught them this. Abraham taught them this. Daniel taught the Babylonians that. You understand what I'm saying? The white man is the devil because we were spiritually alive. You understand? Keep reading now.
Final concert. For they are foolishness unto him.
It's a foolish thing for them to hear. You know what? Black people, Hispanic, and Native American people, you're the 12 tribes of Israel. And all we got to do is start loving each other, and then we can be rulers of this place. It's a foolish thing when you tell a black man, you're supposed to be a ruler, man. You're supposed to own the things that you're working so hard for to put in the white man's pocket. You're supposed to own those things. You're supposed to be able to have a boat the size of a football field and be able to take months off and don't have to worry about your bills not getting paid. That's supposed to be your life, black people. Oh, no, we need to love everybody. Good night, brother. It's a foolish thing to them to say we're God's chosen people. They want to love everybody. It's a foolish thing. Like, you understand that? Like, that's crazy. You understand? It's foolishness to them that we're supposed to be above all nations on the face of the earth. Keep reading.
Neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned.
They are dead, brother. You understand what I'm saying? They are spiritually discerned, dog. They have no spiritual discernment. You understand? They don't know the ways of the Lord. Because in order to know the ways of the Lord, you have to keep his commandments. If not, like Christ said, I teach parables to them because I don't want to have to deal with them. You understand what I'm saying? But I tell you everything because you're my friend. You understand what I'm saying? A servant don't get told everything by the master. But a master tells his friends everything, brother. You reveal your deepest, darkest secrets to your real brothers, man. Pure point blank. You understand? Read 15, huh?
Verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
So we're not supposed to judge. I'm a spiritual man, Doc. I judge all things, brother. Because I see things in the spirit. I watch your actions. I'm not worried about what your mouth says, but I see your actions. So if you say that you love the Lord, but nevertheless, well, we gonna get on this shrimp. There's this old crawfish boil that's going down. You want some crawfish? You don't love the Lord, man. Right. You got people online, keep God first, family first. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy, Doc. But but put up the most vain things on their Facebook, on their social media page, brother. Right. We popping bottles. We on bottle number 5. Come on, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Right. When the God of the Bible sends YAHANNA, Doc, and they see so many warships, they see so many war chariots out there that it darken out the sun, brother. Them bottles ain't gonna be able to do nothing for you, brother. You understand what I'm saying? The white man is the devil for giving niggas Christianity, bro. That's right. Keep reading.
Yet he himself is judged of no man.
So this is why when we after you done told your mama we ain't celebrating Christmas, we ain't doing none of that stuff no more. It don't hurt you to for when she says little hurtful stuff that you used to do in the past. You understand what I'm saying? It don't. This is why it didn't hurt Christ, right? When his mama was at the door while he was teaching, his mama and his brothers was at the door, and hey, YAHANNA, they look, your mom and your brothers are at the door. He was like, who is my mother? Who is my father? Who are my brothers? Who are my sisters, man? You understand what I'm saying? Because what you named me in the world while I was in the world, you understand what I'm saying? That's not my name anymore. I'm Officer SHALAM. Right. So whatever that wicked name I was called back then, that slave name I was called, that doesn't apply to Officer SHALAM. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever wicked things Officer Salakia, my slave name did before, that's not me no more, man. You understand what I'm saying? And it sucks that you have to work slavery, and it sucks that you have to be called by that name. It makes me I feel like blood is literally running out of my ears when I hear that name. Because that's not me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? That's what makes the I.S.U.P.K so great, brother. So from once you get that name and you get that oil poured on you, your name is no longer this, but you will no longer be called this. You will now be called office. You will now be called a SHALAM, which means honest soul. SHALAM has never lied, brother. You understand? SHALAM ain't gonna lie, because he's an honest soul. Honest soul will have to tell you the truth. I'm gonna have to tell you the truth, brother. Like they told me at the slave today, God, dog, you are so blunt. Hey, that's my name. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be bad at me, dog. You understand what I'm saying? You got to take that up with the Lord, because I'm only gonna tell you what he said. You understand? My lips have been purified, just like Isaiah's. You understand what I'm saying? I'm only gonna speak what's in this book. You can be mad if you want to, but take that up with the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to box him, see what he says. No man can judge you, brother. Keep reading.
Verse 16. For who hath known the mind of the Lord that he may instruct him?
For who has known the mind of the Lord? Who? Paul is writing. Read.
But we have the mind of Christ.
It takes the mind of Christ to know the Lord, brother. You know what the mind of Christ simply is? Commander General YAHANNA exudes this, brother. When you meet them generals, man, you can, I don't want to be Christian, or you can feel Christ off them brothers, man. You know what you feel? You feel that damn brotherhood, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You get around them generals, you salute them generals, brother. They smile at you. They look another black man that is awoken from the goddamn dead.
Right.
That's how they look at you, man. You understand what I'm saying? And you see, and you can, if you have any spiritual discernment, brother, you see the love that they have for black people, man. You can feel the love that they have for Hispanic people, man. You can feel the love that they have for Native American people, man. And then when you take upon that mind, you can know the mind of the Lord, man. You understand what I'm saying? You can understand precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. You can understand the meat of these scriptures, Doc. You can understand why you be in the street telling black people that God only loves you, and they can tell you go to hell. You can understand, but want to do it again, but love to do it. Because you understand Christ, he died for that, man. He died for you to still love your people, man, so that we can live to be able to teach them the gospel. Teach the lost sheep of the house of Israel the gospel, man, who is now all the tribes. Now, brother, it was just the northern kingdom. Now the southern kingdom, the scriptures say that Judah sinneth like a iron tip needle, like a needle with a diamond tip, brother. Judites lead the league in sin, brother. Lead the league, brother. You understand what I'm saying? So even knowing that, Doc, Christ is able to say, forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's the mind of Christ, brother. Commander General YAHANNA is the one leader of a group of niggas that don't care about living wealthy. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to keep himself at the same condition as his people. You understand? Like, that's the mind of Christ, brother. How did Christ come? How did the only begotten Son of the Most High come? Where was he born, sis? Huh? Where was Christ born? No, he was born in Bethlehem. Nazareth. The goddamn ghetto, man. You understand what I'm saying? What good can come from the people with brothers was asking, like, man, what good can come from Nazareth, bro? Like, I mean, that's the lowest of the low, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's because the mind, those that possess the mind of Christ are living, man, not dead. You understand what I'm saying? And the grill about to come on, man. So good night, Doc. I had a few more scriptures, but you know what I'm saying? We had to do it the way we did it. We was ordered, Doc. We're going to keep orders. You know what I'm saying? The word is still going to get out, Doc. And it won't come back void unto the Most High. You understand me? So with that, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start at 1 West, 125th Street. You understand what I'm saying? Where we are led by the amazing Commander General YAHANNA, man. Give it up one time, y'all. Give it up for Officer Montezal holding down on Shamar, man. You understand what I'm saying? A nigga, Trooper Khan, who read so well. You understand what I'm saying? And the Aqua. You understand? And with that, Israel Shalom.